US Steel update here on the 21st. So I'm going to start pumping out some videos today because I don't see that much to do in the overall market. Still bearish in the overall market despite these pumps. But US Steel, if you watch my videos from way back, way back, maybe like 3 or 4 months ago, I had this going down to $10, maybe even lower. And the reason why is I saw a head and shoulders pattern. We did break above that. And so the question was, is that invalidated or not? Then we recently just got a 5-wave move down right here from the top, 31 all the way down to 23.69. Looking at the chart now more in depth, I think this ABC pattern is finished. And you can see here that if I measure this right from the top of the A wave, we nailed it right here, 1.61 fib perfectly. That's why I like this stock a lot. It usually like follows the patterns perfectly. If we go to the weekly time frame, we have a 5-wave move here on the C wave. So we have clear A, pullback B, C higher. Hits the 1.61 fib exactly. And within this C wave, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You zoom in here a little bit more. Third wave was right here. Pull back for the fourth wave, and then we get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it pretty much hit perfectly, hit exactly on the 1.61 fib. And then what is perfect if you want to see a downtrend is we got a 5-wave move right off the top. So we get 1, 2, clear third wave, 4, and 5. And correcting now. So just looking at this chart and just going over that, I think that the C wave down is still intact now. So we have A, we have B. I already drawn the parallel lines. If I'm talking normal, like how I normally do ABC waves, we hit 31.52. We hit 39.29. It's about $7.80 lower. The bottom here is at 16.48. That would bring this down to $9 or $10. There is a gap here. See it from, well, there's a clear gap right there. There's a gap here at 11.59. That's one gap. So I think that at least needs a hit. But if I was looking at this how I normally do, I would say it's going to come down here to $10. You go back to my normal. So we got a gap there, and then we have $10 as a target. And we've already started a first wave. So this first wave's finished for sure. And so I think that we can look for a second wave to come all the way back here to minimum 27.66. So I don't think that this is ready to go down more yet. It's probably going to pull back to 27.66 all the way to potentially 28.63. And then if we look at supply zones, we got a supply zone right here at basically between 28.70 and 30.14. So I wouldn't expect it to get above the 0.78 fib though. So I would look for probably something. It could just hit right here. This is another supply zone right here. It could hit just 27.65. Or if it breaks above that, it's probably going to come all the way up here to 28.66. If we look at the 1.61 fib of this first wave, so we have 2 back here. 1.61 fib is sitting down here at $19. So if it's going to get down to $10, it's going to have a huge move down for this third wave, probably somewhere in the area between the 1.61 and the 2.61 fib. So based on this, it wouldn't be able to get to 10 bucks. It's probably going to have to come down here to like at least 15 bucks. We can try to find the next supply zone down here, our demand zone. Let's look on the weekly. And I don't see any good ones right here. So anyway, it'd have to do something like this. Probably get down here to like 15 bucks. There could be a supply zone from way, way back. But this is pretty much what would be expected for a normal ABC pattern. So that's one possibility. The most likely, in my opinion, just based off what I've seen. But let's do an alternative as well, just in case. So the alt count would be some kind of ABC move. So I don't know how far it would go down, but the A wave came down here at 23. If we go back to that supply zone, it's going to be below the top of this. So I would expect it to come down a little bit lower, so probably something in the low 20s. And then potentially it's something like this, A, B, and then we get a C wave higher. But I give this a way smaller possibility of happening than the 5-wave move. So just always want to have an alt count though. But that's pretty much what I see on US Steel. Look for a pullback to a minimum of 27.66, potentially all the way up to 29.91, probably not any higher. So anywhere between 27.66 to 29.91, and then we're looking for a minimum of 19 on the next move down, but probably somewhere in the area of 15.16, maybe challenging this bottom right here, bounce, and then go lower to $10 or $11. So that is the update. And one thing I like about US Steel as well is the overall market. Sometimes this will show me better what the overall market's going to do. It's kind of weird how it works like that, but it pretty much follows the overall market for the most part, or leads the overall market. Anyway, that's it. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Do you think my price target is kind of outrageous, going to $10 or $11 for this? Remember, we got this gap down here from the pandemic year, 2020, November of 2020. So, not all gaps are filled, but I have a feeling this one's going to be filled probably sometime in, let's see, this took March to March, probably within the next 5.5 months or so. So I'm looking at like maybe August or September. We'll see if I'm right. So that's it. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe for more updates, and I'll see you in the next video.